Thermomix cooking show. Hey, I'm Olivia. So really glad to see everyone here today. So if today is your first time, as in you are a newbie, okay, you're new to Thermomix, can you type in a group chat number 1? And if you're a current user, can you type number 2 so that we know, whether you are a user or you're non-user. Okay, so can you type in the chat? Wow, we have many users here. Welcome. And we also have a lot of newbies here today, okay, for the first time. So welcome to our Thermomix cooking show. I'm Olivia. So today I'd like to share with you the wonders of this amazing tool, okay? So the Thermomix, so for me, I've been using for the past 8 years. So I've been using Thermomix for a very, very long time, and I really love it so much. Okay, I have 3 Thermomix at home and only a family of 4, including the helper. So why do I have so many machines at home? Because how many stove tops do you have at home? You know, you have 2, 3 stove tops at home. So that's why if you have 2, 3 Thermomix, you can even cook faster, right? And you can also separate between sweet and savory. So really start with one first, and if you like it, get more, okay? So because the more the merrier, okay? So what's important to you when cooking? Okay, you can also type in the chat. Perhaps it's money saving, yeah, and easy. All right, we always want to look for quick and easy meals.
Yeah.
Co-host, can you kindly mute, please? Thank you. Okay, and it's healthy, of course. Very important is our health, what we eat, what we feed our family, and of course creative. Okay, because sometimes we might be cooking the same dishes again and again. So with Thermomix, we have a lot of recipes for you to explore. Okay, so you can cook creatively, and of course time saving. As now a lot of you are at home working, and also kids are at home as well. So of course we want to save time. We do not want to be always in the kitchen. And of course now, kids are not at school. We have to prepare lunch as well for the kids. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, your afternoon tea, your supper is all here, okay? So, and Thermomix is from Germany. So it's a world-class quality super kitchen machine. And there are over 80 countries which are selling the Thermomix. And the Thermomix has been around since our company, Forwec, has been around since the 1800s. Okay, so we have the first Thermomix was since the 1960s. Okay, and we have won a lot of awards. We also have a lot of world patents as well. And the world-class chefs, the Michelin star chefs, actually endorse Thermomix, and they have it in their kitchen as well. So I know one Michelin star chef has, I think, about 15 Thermomix in his kitchen in the restaurant. So it is used in the restaurants, it is used in the hotels, and of course, there are more than 12 million users worldwide as well. And it's a personal kitchen since the 1960s. So the first Thermomix was a blender, okay? And as time has evolved, we've added a lot of features and functions. And today what you see here is the 9th generation, which is the TM6, okay? So this world-class super kitchen machine, one Thermomix is sold in every 23 seconds, okay? So like today, we have a few hundred people watching our cooking show, okay? This weekend as well, a lot of people are watching cooking shows. So around the world, imagine around the world, a lot of cooking shows being conducted worldwide. So therefore, every 23 seconds, one Thermomix is sold, okay? And we have a team of well-trained professional advisors to also guide you. And of course, as a user, once you have purchased, you are more than welcome to join as many cooking shows as you want, okay? Because we have a few shows every week via Zoom, so you can let your advisor know, and they can send you the Zoom link every week. So it's like free cooking classes every week, okay? And remember, when you join our cooking shows, make sure to invite your friends as well, okay? Because you want to share such a wonderful, amazing tool that you have at home, and you also want to share it with your friends and family, okay? So let's have a look at the full set of our kitchen helper. So this is called the varoma. So the varoma comes in 2 tiers. So you can be steaming 2 dishes at the same time. Okay, so it has a top and bottom layer here, all right? So you can even fit one whole chicken in here, you know, so you can fit one whole bird in there and you can do like a steamed chicken, okay? And the next accessory we have is a 2.2-liter mixing bowl. So this mixing bowl is stainless steel, okay? And it comes with a mixing knife, all right? And the blade inside the mixing knife is always in there when you're cooking, okay? So whether you're blending, you're doing the dough kneading function, you're stir frying, making ice cream, making a soy milk, the blade is always there, okay? And we also use a world-class knife maker, which is called Solingen. It's also German, okay? So we always use good quality products, materials in our Thermomix, okay? And right, next accessory we have is called the butterfly. So this is used for beating egg whites. For those of you who like to eat kaya, you like to eat jams, you want to do your cake batters, you would actually use this this butterfly, okay? And this butterfly, you can also use this for if you're cooking, like say for example, soft food like tofu, and also you want to like do like a fish fillet as well. So soft food, you will also insert a butterfly, okay? So you just place it right on top of the mixing knife, just like that, okay? And next we have is called the simmering basket. So the simmering basket is very useful. You can also use this to cook rice for up to 3 cups, okay? So it's about 300 grams of rice. And the benefit of cooking rice with Thermomix is that it actually helps to eliminate the starch, okay? So now in the market, there's also machines with, you know, just to cook low GI rice, and it costs like 2,000 plus, okay? So why waste money to buy a machine just to cook low GI rice when you can cook with Thermomix, okay? So wash the grains, place it inside the mixing bowl, add water, and it takes only about 15 to 20 minutes to cook rice. So after cooking rice, you just have to use the spatula, all right? So for example, you see here, the spatula has a hook here. So once it's ready, you just have to remove the basket like that, okay? And then inside the mixing bowl, you will see a thick layer of white color liquid, and that liquid is actually starchy water. Okay, so that is actually glucose when you consume your body, and it's also sugar. Okay, so for those who are diabetic, this is one of the best ways for you to consume rice with less starch, and also for those who are on a diet, you know, certain diet, you can also cook rice with Thermomix as well. Okay, and other than that, you can also steam smaller portions. For example, if you have a baby at home, you want to steam small portions of fruits and vegetables for purees, you can also use the simmering basket, okay? And it's also used as a strainer as well for juices. You can also use this to strain. So a lot of usage on this. So for larger portions, you will use the varoma for steaming, this varoma, okay? So for smaller portion, you can actually use the simmering basket, okay? And next we have is this accessory called the splash guard. So with Thermomix, you can cook with cook at low temperature and also high temperature, right? So for high temperature, we will use this splash guard, right? The recipe will guide you, and then you will say place the splash guard, right? So why do we need to place the splash guard? Because you know, when you cook things at high heat, right? Traditional way, what happens? Oil will splatter everywhere, right, in the kitchen. So the Germans are really smart. They know that because when you cook at high heat, oil will splatter. So therefore, they have designed this splash guard to prevent oil splattering. So imagine making your crispy ikan bilis, making, you know, crispy garlic, okay, shallots and things like that, without any oil at all on your countertop, right? Isn't that wonderful? And the best thing is you don't need to be standing there and stirring, okay? It will do all the stirring for you, okay? So, and last but not least, the last accessory is called the measuring cup. Its short form is MC cup. So the measuring cup has a 50 ml and 100 ml marking. So this is used for measuring liquids. So for example, when you're baking, you want to measure like milk and things like that, you can actually use the MC cup. So every time when you're cooking, this MC cup is actually placed right on top here to cover the whole here, right? But certain recipes like making kaya, okay, you will need to remove the MC cup. But do not worry because the recipe will tell you to remove the MC cup, right? Because you do not want to cover it, you need liquid to evaporate, right? If not, your kaya will turn out to be watery and runny, okay? So this is just to share with you here. And it comes with a 6.8-inch touchscreen, and it's very simple to use, only 3 circles. So the first circle is time, second circle is temperature, and the third circle is speed, okay? So even young children, my daughter was cooking when she was 4, okay? Of course, I'm there assisting her, right? And of course, elderly as well, if they do not know how to read, do not worry because all they need to know is to operate the 3 circles and it's all numbers. There's no words at all, okay? So it's very easy even for the elderly to use, okay? And it comes with a German motto that is very important. You know, I strongly believe in German technology. So therefore, our motto is really good because it's frictionless. It does not generate heat. So therefore, there's no cooling fan needed to cool down our motor, okay? And R&D, our research, the Thermomix can run 3 days in a row. So that's why if you're asking me, you know, if you are going to use it like, you know, heavy duty at home, you know, you're going to cook a lot, do not worry about it because it can run 3 days in a row. So therefore, that's why you will see this in also commercial kitchen, okay? A lot of the chefs, even in Malaysia itself, we have a lot of chefs using Thermomix in their kitchen as well. Of course, not to replace the chef, but it assists them in food preparation, making sauces, making soups, blending, okay, because this is a high-speed blender, right? So later you will see how it can blend things so fine to like powder, okay? So a lot of chefs love to use Thermomix, okay? And the powerful speed of turbo, which is the highest speed, okay, is 10,700 RPM. So it's from 40 RPM to 10,700 RPM, okay? So it has a very powerful motor, okay? And there are 3 options for you to own our kitchen helper, okay? So full payment is at 6,988, or you can also opt for our installment, interest-free installment plan, okay? So now we accept credit card and also debit card. So do let your advisors know which payment plan is good for you. And if you like what you see here today, you can also join us as our advisor, okay, to earn your Thermomix for free. So we have a lot of wonderful perks for you as an advisor. So let your advisor know, and she will be sharing with you more about how to be an advisor. So one Thermomix does everything. Okay, so maybe you want to type in your chat, okay, as I go along the, you know, the chart here. So what do you have at home? Okay, I'm sure most of you might have a blender at home. Okay, so it also chops for you. It grinds, so you can even grind things like coffee beans. And then it has a kettle mode, so I'm sure you have a kettle at home, right? Everyone has a kettle at home. Okay, sous vide, right? So later we'll explain what sous vide is. Steamer, I think steamer is quite a common thing to have at home now. Okay, and cooks for you, whip. Okay, so maybe for those of you who do who make cakes, you will have a cake mixer. What about mincer? Does anyone have a mincer at home? Okay, so this, what I'm explaining now is all the functions it can do, okay? One Thermomix can do, okay? And it has a slow cooking function as well. Emulsify, mix, heat. Okay, heat. I don't think anyone has a machine that can heat from 37 degrees to 170 degrees. Yeah, this is something which is not common at home, okay? So there's precise heating control, which you can heat from 37 degrees to 170 degrees. Fermentation, okay? There are also machines for fermentation purpose, okay? So for those of you who bake and who make your own homemade yogurt, Thermomix can also ferment. And pre-clean. Have you ever come across any kitchen tool at home which cooks for you, and after cooking, it also cleans for you, okay? So the Thermomix actually cleans for you. And stirring. Do you have any tool which can be cooking and stirring while you're watching TV? Okay, so you type in the chat, yeah, if you have any of the tools which can do that. Okay, built-in weighing scale. So Thermomix has a built-in weighing scale as well. And kneading. Okay, kneading, we're talking about cake and dough mixer. Okay, so it does dough kneading. And high temperature, so it has high temperature mode. And the sugar stages, so for those of you who have children, they like to eat lollipop, or now if you're craving for Garrett popcorn, you can also make your own caramel, which you can place it right on top of popcorn, and then you can enjoy Garrett popcorn at home. Okay, how wonderful is that? So the Thermomix replaces over 20 appliances, okay, and the Smart at Heart Kitchen, which is software up. We always have a software update from time to time, just like your phone, okay? So once when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you have surprises, okay? It will say, would you like to update your software? Just tap on it and be patient, okay? Because there's a lot of new functions or updates from time to time. It will download, okay? Or it's called the over-the-air. It's something like your phone, okay? So basically, you connect to Wi-Fi and it will download. And once it's updated, you will get new functions. So, you know, from 20, it will be 24, it will be 30, you will not know what are the functions you get, you know, from time to time. Okay, so a lot of benefits of the new Thermomix TM6, okay? And yeah, it's always placed on your countertop. Like for me, for example, I have a lot of the appliances which are mentioned in this chart. But for example, a juicer, okay, or even a blender, if you don't, it's only for one purpose, right? Because if you're not juicing, it's going to be kept in the corner, right? Your blender, you might not be using the blender every day, or even if you're not making bread every day, your bread maker will be just chucked aside. But the Thermomix is versatile. It has a lot of functions, so I always place it on my countertop. I use it daily. I use it for breakfast. You know, I make smoothies, I make juices, I even make things like cereal bars and things like that with it. And lunch, I can do a quick stir fry. I can do like a fry mee hoon. I can do mee mamak. I can do things like a braised mee, things like that. Very quick stir fries. And tea time, I can always bake cakes, scones, breads, and there's so many things, even desserts, like, if you want to have a brownie, you can do all that in here. And for dinner, I will do multi-layer cooking because it saves time. It only takes 30 minutes and I get 2 dishes, my rice, and I can have soup as well. Okay, so it's very convenient. Okay, and if you are someone who eats supper, you can whip up something easily here, okay? In just like 10 minutes, you can get something, okay? So it's really useful, okay? And it's always on my countertop. So it's your perfect kitchen, any lifestyle, whether you're single, you can cook as little as for one person. But if you have a big family, the Thermomix portion is good for 5 to 6 people, okay? Imagine one 2.2 liter bowl can actually cook 1 bag of noodles, which is 400 grams, and you can feed about 5 to 6 people with 400 grams of noodles. And you can even fit one chicken in here in the mixing bowl, so you can do things like poached chicken as well. So the portion is actually good for 5 to 6. Okay, you can cook rendang chicken, you can cook like rendang beef, curry chicken. The recipes are endless, okay, and there's a lot of recipes in here. Okay, and of course, newlyweds, when you've not bought so many things in the kitchen, and I'm sure all of you might be thinking, oh, I wish I didn't buy so many things in my kitchen, okay? If I have a Thermomix, it will just replace everything, right? But, those days when we want to take photo, we use our camera. So I'm sure a lot of you have cameras at home. But now, where's your camera? It's probably the storeroom. Me personally, I had 2, 3 cameras, but now if you ask me where's my camera, I can't find it anymore, okay? So because time has evolved, right? Those days, when you want to listen to music, you would probably use a Discman or a Walkman, But now things like that is it's already extinct, okay? It's like dinosaur age already. So as time has evolved, new technology has been innovated, and therefore that's why it's not too late to get your Thermomix now, okay? It's not too late. And of course, children, very important when kids are growing, building their immune system, eating well. So you can also cook and bond with your kids. Like for young children, you can even make your own homemade Play-Doh for the kids. Okay? And you know what is in it, you know what's in the ingredient, not like commercial ones. Imagine your kid were to put some coloring. We do not know what kind of coloring and they put it in your mouth. Okay, so you can be rest assured that you can use the best quality ingredients when you're cooking at home. And you can have a pizza night with the kids, make the dough. It's only 3 minutes to do the dough, and the kids can be rolling their own pizzas and decorating, okay? And elderly, okay, as elderly, a lot of diet restrictions, and maybe your family members at home might be gluten intolerant, or maybe following a specific diet like keto diet, which is very popular now. So we have those recipes as well for Thermomix, right? So make sure you explore the recipes. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you a recipe, which is a recipe of my own. It's called ABC soup. I'm going to serve it with macaroni. So this is a comfort food, right? Kids love it. This is my child, like I said, this is a childhood recipe. Okay, kids love it. Even the adults as well. And if you do not have much time, we're working from home, all you need to do is just place all the ingredients in the mixing bowl, leave it to cook, walk away, and when it's done, it will call you, okay? So very easy. This is like one of the easiest recipe I can imagine when you use your Thermomix. Okay, all right. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so sorry about it. Okay, so right, so today I have prepared some potato. I have carrots, I have tomato, I have onion as well. So you can also add things like other vegetables of your choice. Some people like to add celery, some people like to add pumpkin. You can be creative, if your kids, they don't really eat vegetables. I think this is one of the best ways for them to eat some extra vegetables, okay? And of course, like carrots and all, it's very good for the eyes, beta carotene, healthy. Tomatoes also, very good as well. Antioxidant. And potatoes, of course, children, they need the carbs. Starchy food is actually good for children. Okay, so all you need to do is place all the ingredients into the mixing bowl. And next, I have here free-range chicken. So I have kampung chicken here. I'm going to place half a chicken inside the mixing bowl. So another variation is, instead of putting the whole half chicken, you can actually cook the soup first, and then the last about 5 minutes, you can put in chicken cubes. So for me, I like to cook with bones as well, okay? And later on, I will shred the chicken and I will serve it with the soup and the macaroni, okay? So if you prefer to have boneless chicken, do not add it together. What you do is, when the soup is almost done, the last 5 minutes, you add in boneless chicken cubes, okay? So next is, I'm going to weigh the water, okay? So I'm going to place in 1,100 grams of water. So there's a built-in weighing scale which weighs in 1 gram increments, very convenient. Okay, so make sure you do not exceed the maximum line. So inside there's a maximum indicator inside the mixing bowl, so do not exceed that. And next, cover the lid, okay, and go to the 3 circles. So what I'm showing you here is manual cooking, okay? So there are 3 circles. The first is the time. So I'm going to set this for an hour. So traditional way of cooking soups, when you use your pot, especially Chinese soups, okay, the traditional soups. Normally we cook for 2-3 hours, and most of the time the water will actually evaporate. You actually lose half of the water. Okay, for example, if you're putting 2 liters of water, after cooking for 2-3 hours, you don't get 2 liters of water. But the beauty about cooking with Thermomix, the water does not really evaporate. So meaning that after you have, for example, now I placed in a liter of water, example, after cooking, the water will not be reduced drastically like what you do over the stove. So that's why I really love to cook my traditional soups with Thermomix. So I'm going to cook this for an hour. Okay. And I'm going to set at 100 degrees. Reverse. Okay. So reverse is using the blunt side of the blade because I have my vegetables, my meat inside. I do not want it to be chopped. Okay, so remember, whenever you want to place anything inside the mixing bowl and you do not want it to be chopped, use the reverse mode. Okay, and the next icon is the spoon, okay, which is the slow stir. So it's actually slowly stirring the soup. And why you want to cook your traditional soups with the Thermomix? Because firstly, it does not evaporate like what I explained earlier, and because it is all in the mixing bowl, it's basically while it's cooking, the blade will slowly turn. Okay, so can you imagine if 1 hour someone is actually stirring for you, the flavor and all will be so good, and the soup turns out to be very concentrated. Unlike it's as good as using your pot over the stove. Okay, so when you get your Thermomix, I hope you will try to cook traditional soup with Thermomix and you will feel that, wow, you know, I wish I discovered Thermomix earlier. Okay, so all right, I'll pass on to the next presenter. Okay, and we'll see you shortly. I'll come back later to show you the soup.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. My name is Sunita. Welcome. Okay, so today I'm actually going to show you how to make a cake. And we will be baking it in the oven, but I'm going to show you how the Thermomix will actually be replacing your hand mixer or your Kenwood mixer that you may have at home. All right, or your KitchenAid for that matter. Okay, so this is a recipe from Cookie Dough. Cookie Dough is the Thermomix recipe platform, and it currently has about 67,000 recipes that you can choose from. So I tried this recipe midweek for the family, and everybody absolutely loved it. So what I have done now is actually saved the recipe into my week. So I just have to go into my recipes, my week, and I have the coconut butter cake. So I just pull it up. And if I scroll down, I can actually see all the ingredients and the method as well, plus the nutritional values, the calorie count, etc. Okay, so all I have to do is go to start cooking, and it says preheat the oven. So it guides you step by step. How many of you like to bake? Please type number 1 in the chat group. How many of you like to bake? Type number 1. How many of you have never baked at all, have never ever made a cake, are brand new to cooking or baking? Type number 2. If you've never tried baking, type number 2. So we have a lot of people who've never tried baking. So we'll show you how easy it is with the Thermomix, right? So it says preheat the oven. So I've got my oven preheating right now. And then it says lightly grease or line a slice tray or a loaf tin. So what I'm going to do today is the recipe, it makes quite a large loaf, which is what I did during the week. So for today, I'm actually going to quarter the recipe. So everything is in quarters, and I'm using a really tiny loaf tin to bake it in. Okay, so this is really great if you want to just quickly make something to take to a friend, or if you're going over to someone's house. Well, with MCO you can't, but even if you just wanted something small for tea, this is like a really cute one that you can make. Okay, so before we do the sugar, it says 300 grams of sugar. Before we do the sugar, I'm going to show you a trick that we do with the Thermomix when you are using flour for cakes. Okay, most recipes will ask you to sift the flour. How many of you are used to sifting flour for your cakes? Type number 1. Okay, so to sift the flour, you actually have to weigh it out. Then you have to use your sift. And then you need another bowl to sift it into. With the Thermomix, we're actually going to use the Thermomix turbo function. Okay, so Thermomix has a built-in function called turbo, which is also what we use for blitzing our rock sugar, etc. So I'm going to use the turbo function to sift the flour. So it's just 1 second. I'm going to give it a whisk. And then repeat that step one more time. And your flour is sifted. So I don't need to take out a sieve or sift my flour separately, etc. And I have really nicely aerated sifted flour. So I'm just going to pour that back out into the bowl. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the recipe. So 300 grams of raw sugar, I'm just using a quarter of the amount. So it's 75 grams. Next, it says insert measuring cup. And this is now going to grind my sugar into a powder at speed 9 for just 10 seconds. So this is almost like making icing sugar. You can see the little smoky stuff, that's your brown sugar. And you hear that sound, that's when it's done, and you know it's done. Okay, so I just go next. 250 grams of butter. Let me grab that from the fridge. Okay, so this is also now a quarter of the amount. So I'm just going to put that in. So the best part about using the Thermomix is, even though it says softened butter, I normally just use it straight from the fridge. Because sometimes if in our temperature in Malaysian weather, if the butter is left out for too long, it gets a little oily. And that's why when you bake cakes, sometimes your cakes become oily. Okay, so we put in the butter. Next is insert the measuring cup. And it says 30 seconds, turn to speed 5. So because I have actually quartered the amount, I'm actually going to do it on speed 4, which is sufficient because we're just mixing the butter and the sugar, sort of creaming it together for 30 seconds. And you can open the MC cup to take a look inside to see how it looks. Okay, so it's really looking really good. And the motor is so powerful that even at speed 4, you can hear the sound will change and it's already done. Okay, I will show you what it looks like. So you can see it's already all well mixed in, even though the butter was from the fridge. Okay, next. So it says crack 4 eggs. So I'm only using 1 egg because it's quarter the amount. And it says turn the speed selected to speed 4. So I'm just going to turn it to speed 4. And meanwhile, pour the egg in through the hole in the mixing bowl. Okay, so just pour it in. So it's done. And then next, 70 grams of desiccated coconut. Okay, so you can look at the bowl inside, right? So I'm just gonna push it all down. Because the quantity is like quarter, so it's up on the sides. I'm gonna put in the desiccated coconut, so quarter the amount as well. And then next, 250 grams of self-raising flour, which we sifted in our Thermomix using the turbo mode. So we're going to put that in. Okay. And next, 40 grams of orange juice. So I'm using just 10 grams. So I'm just going to pour it in to weigh. Okay, so just 10 grams. And next, 50 grams of full cream milk. So also a quarter amount, which is about 12 grams. And then put the measuring cup in. And next, 20 seconds, speed 5. Okay. So once this is done, that's it. Your batter is done. And it's really, really fast. It's going to go into the oven. So I'll show you once it's done how the batter looks like. Okay, so it says mix contents with the spatula. So again, because of the desiccated coconut, it tends to go up on the sides. So just push it all down. Insert measuring cup again. And just do another 10-second mix on speed 5. So this is how easy. Everything is just weighed in. And the built-in scale is super useful because you can just weigh everything in. For the demo, I actually pre-measured stuff, but if I'm doing it just for myself, everything just comes straight out from the cupboard and I pour it in. Okay. So we've got the batter all done. And you can see it's a really nice cake batter, right? So we're going to now put this into the little loaf tin and put it in to bake for about 30 minutes. Okay, because it's a smaller tin, it only takes about 30 minutes to bake. All right, so I'm going to hand you over to Ezrin for the next recipe, and we will come back later and show you the cake once it's done.
Hi everyone, good morning. Assalamualaikum. Okay, my name is Ezrin. Today I'll be cooking Thai turmeric chicken soup, and it's actually from one of our latest cookbooks. Okay, it's called One Pot Wonders. Means everything, all the recipes in here, you only need to use just this one pot. Okay, so you don't need to use any other accessories. Okay, so this recipe is so easy. It's just Actually, it's 3 steps, but I've done the first step, which is marinating the chicken. So the first step, it says to weigh the chicken. Okay, so what you can do is you can put a bowl up here and you can go to the, so this is manual cooking, okay? So which I have to set everything myself. So you can go to the weighing scale and then you put in your chicken, okay, which is around 600 grams of chicken wings, half. Okay, and then we add in about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce and 1 teaspoon of sugar, and then mix it and marinate for at least half an hour or overnight. So I've done this yesterday, so this is overnight, okay, so it's very rich in flavor. So, okay, so I've done the first part. So the second part, okay, we need to add in the chicken. Okay, so we just pour everything in, okay. Very, this recipe is so simple. I love it. Okay, so just put all the chicken in with the marinade sauce. Okay, so it says here to add in water. So water, I have 250 grams. So you can go to the scale again. Okay, scale, and we need 250 grams. Slightly under. Okay. And then we need to add in shallots, garlic. Okay, so we have here 45 grams of shallots that is cut in half, 6 garlic already smashed, okay, and then 1 lemongrass, same thing, smashed as a bruise, okay. So we add all this in. And then we also need to add in 30 grams of turmeric, fresh turmeric, and then 30 grams of fresh galangal, okay, all sliced. So just put everything, very easy. Okay, and then kaffir lime. So here I have about 6 pieces. Just you can tear it or bruise it. Okay, just put everything, and that's it. And now we are going to cook for 18 minutes. Okay, so cover the lid. So manual cooking, you have to set the time yourself, the temperature yourself, and the speed. Okay, so when you read a cookbook or if you are taking a recipe from online, it will tell you that 18 minutes / 100 degrees, and then there's also a reverse function, and then speed is full. Okay, so all you have to do is set again here 18 minutes. Okay, and then temperature is 100 degrees. Okay, so the reverse button is actually on this small circle on the speed dial. Okay, so just press on that small circle, it will say reverse enable, because like Olivia said just now, default is like this, we are using the sharp side. So if you turn on the reverse, it will use the blunt side to stir so that it will not cut up my chicken. Okay, and then the speed is spoon, which is the first slowest stirring speed. So it's just slowly stirring like this. Okay, so that is the spoon speed, and then it goes up to 10. Okay, if you're blending, you can start at speed 5, and then depends on the texture that you want, you can go up from there. Okay, so after 18 minutes, I will have to add in 2 tablespoons of asam jawa, okay, and a pinch of salt, and stir, and that's it, it's ready. Okay, so imagine 18 minutes, I put everything in, I can just leave and do my own thing. I can go attend to my kids, I can go wash the dishes, or if I haven't prepared this, I can go and prepare this. Okay, so very simple. I love cooking with Thermomix because I can just leave it and I don't have to attend to it. Okay, and I will also not smell like whatever I'm cooking. Okay, so with Thermomix, when you cook, we cook at low temperature. Okay, usually like for soup, it's usually 98 or 100 degrees. So it doesn't really evaporate like Olivia said just now. And then for sauteing, we usually do at 120 degrees. Okay, so when you cook at low temperature like 120 or below 180 or 200, you get to preserve all the nutrients. Okay, so whatever that you put in your Thermomix is good because you get to absorb all the vitamins and nutrients in your food. Okay, something that is very hard to do when you cook on the fire because fire is very hot. Okay, when you cook on the fire, it goes up to 200 degrees and then it keeps on going up and it's very hard for you to control. Okay, so when you cook on the fire, sometimes if you don't use the correct oil, if you use olive oil on the fire, because before I got my Thermomix, I keep on thinking olive oil is healthy, so I use olive oil for all my cooking. But olive oil, it has a low burning point, so if you use it on the fire, it will become toxic. Okay, so it becomes toxic, and then it will burn your food, and your food becomes toxic as well. So, and then because the oil burns, you get fumes in the kitchen. Okay, so that's why when you cook in the kitchen, your whole your whole house could smell like whatever you're cooking, and then it will lekat on your baju, your tudung, your hair, you know. But with Thermomix, because we cook at low temperature, no oil will be burnt, so there's no fumes coming out from here. Okay, so whatever you see is just vapor. You will smell it, it smells nice right now, and then it will just go away. Okay, so you can cook in your living room. If you need to cook in your room, you can even do that because you don't have to worry about the smell. Okay, so that is the wonderful thing about cooking with Thermomix at low temperature. Okay, so other than low temperature, we also do high temperature, a little bit higher than 120. We do 160 and 170. Okay, where you can do browning. Okay, you can do your breakfast mushroom, sauté mushroom in the morning. Okay, you can also do your lollipop, or you can even do your caramel. Okay, because I've tried doing caramel sauce on the fire. It is not easy to get right. Okay, because you have to keep on stirring and you cannot overcook it. Okay, but with Thermomix at constant temperature of 170, you get the perfect caramel. Okay, so make sure you try using the low temperature and high temperature with your Thermomix when you get it. Okay. Right, so we also can get all the perfect textures when you cook with Thermomix. Okay, if you want to do your soup, okay, like this, you will get the perfect texture. Or if you want to do soups like mushroom soup or pumpkin soup, okay, it will blend until it becomes really, really smooth and nice. Okay, and you can also try our kaya. Okay, so for 40 minutes, you will keep on stirring and get that perfect texture for your kaya. We have a lot of kaya recipes in our cookie dough as well. Okay, and we also have layered cooking. Okay, my favorite. We do up to 4 in 1. Okay, so in your bowl, you can do your soup at the bottom, and then you have your simmering basket, the one that Olivia showed. You can do your rice in here, and then in the varoma, you can have your veggie and your meat on top. Okay, so you can do 4 in 1 at one go. You can do your chicken rice in 40 minutes, all done. Okay, my favorite is I will cook rice inside, and then I will steam veggie and fish on top. So 18 minutes, my lunch or dinner is ready. So simple, just put everything and just leave it and it's done. Okay, other than manual cooking and cookie dough, we also have modes. Okay, if you scroll to the side, okay, you can see all the modes that we have. And if you see, we still have a bit more space here. So from time to time, because this is Wi-Fi connected, you will get new functions available for you. Okay, so you pay one price, but the functions will keep on adding over time. Okay, so one of the modes that we have is called kettle mode. Okay, it's different from your normal kettle because your normal kettle, when you turn it on, it goes straight to 100 degrees. But with our kettle mode, you can actually set the temperature that you want. Okay, you can set at 37 degrees in case you want to do maybe your baby formula milk. Okay, and if you love to drink tea like me, you can set at 75 degrees for green tea, and coffee is best to enjoy at 95 degrees. Okay, because when you enjoy at 100 degrees, it's actually too hot and it could burn the natural flavor of the tea and coffee. Okay. And we also have the slow cook mode on reverse up to 8 hours. Okay, so you can try to do our beef stew, okay, our lamb shank. So it will go on reverse, okay, up to 8 hours. But if you do soups, usually 1 hour, 2 hours is good enough. If you want to do like soup tulang, you can go up to 8 hours. Okay, so it depends what you want to cook. Okay, and we also have fermentation mode. If you are a bit more adventurous, you can do your own cheese or even yogurt. Okay, so you need to buy the starter, which is a bit of yogurt and milk, and then overnight, over 12 hours, it will double the amount. Okay, because if you like Greek yogurt like me, it's not cheap to get it outside. So you can make your own yogurt in here. Okay, we have a lot of recipes, yogurt recipes in cooking. Okay, and the last mode, okay, is called sous vide mode. This mode, you can get restaurant quality food at home. Okay, so all you need is a BPA free plastic bag, or actually on online shopping, you can get the plastic sealer thing. Okay, you can search for sous vide cooking. So you put your meat in there and put some herb and seasoning. and then you can put it in the bowl. So it cooks at low temperature but long hours. So you need to make sure you work backwards. Okay, for if you want to make steak, you usually need to at least give yourself about 1.5 hours. Okay, so you can start maybe at 5 o'clock. Okay, and in restaurants, you will see this sous vide machine at the back. Okay, so what they do is they have their meat all lined up in the sous vide machine. And then let's say you order your steak and you ask for medium. Okay, so they will take out the steak from the sous vide bag and then they will sear it to the medium, the doneness that you want. And then they will serve it for you. So the meat will become so tender and so juicy because everything is cooked in the plastic bag. Okay, away from, it doesn't touch the water, so everything is preserved in there. So it's really nice. If you have Thermomix or you're going to get one, you need to try the sous vide function. It is very, very awesome. Okay, so now I will pass on to Elina. So after this, I'm just going to add the asam jawa and a bit of salt, and I'm just going to manually stir with the spatula, and it's ready. Okay, so I will show you the result later. See you.
Hi everyone, Elena here. Okay, so today I'm going to make special drinks. I'm going to make virgin Pina Colada and virgin Mojito. So it's very easy, very fast. It takes 3 ingredients each. So I'm just going to start now. We will start with Pina Colada. So what I've done is I've saved Pina Colada and Mojito recipes in my cookie do on my phone. And then now it will be synced on my Thermomix machine. So how do I access that? I'll just go to the 3 bars up here and then go to my recipes, created collections, and I'll just go down here to Zoom demo. Wait, hold on. Then can you mute that? Sorry, there's a bit of echo. Okay, Zoom demo. Oh, sorry, accidentally pressed veggie. Okay, Zoom demo. Okay, so I have the 2 recipes here. So I'm just going to press on Pina Colada. And if you scroll downwards, you can see all the overview of the recipes and the ingredients. So we're just going to start straight. Very simple. Now it says, put 500 grams of ice cubes. I pre-measured this using my Thermomix as well earlier. Just want to put, it should be 500 grams. And then press next. 500 grams of fresh pineapple cut into pieces, which I have here. Okay. And then press next. 100 to 150 grams of custard sugar. So it depends whether you want it extra sweet or not. So this is about 120 grams. Next, now just put the cover back. Press next. And for 2 minutes, we're going to turn the speed to speed 10, but we'll start with 5 and gradually increase it to speed 10, okay? Let's go to 5.
Hello?
Okay, so press next. Now the last step, 400 grams of coconut milk. Very easy, okay? So for 2 minutes we were blending just now and it's very smooth right now, okay? So I'll show it to you afterwards when we pour, okay? So now we're going to put 400 grams of coconut milk. Smells really good, okay? Very easy. Oops. Okay, press next. Okay, it says to put 180 grams of Malibu rum. I'm making a virgin drink, so I'm skipping the alcohol bit. And then put the cover back on. For 5 seconds, we're going to blend at speed 3. Okay. That's it. So your pina colada is done. Very easy. Okay. So let me ask you one thing. If you go to restaurants or hotels and you order these fancy drinks like pina colada and mojito, how much do you pay for it? Can you type it in the chat room? How much does it cost for a glass of pina colada or mojito? Look at that. All done. Okay, that's one drink. Okay. Okay, so you guys answered 30 ringgit, 20 ringgit, 28 to 35, 25, 35. You are right. Okay. It is very expensive to get these drinks in hotels or in high-class restaurants, you know. But you see, we can make it very fast using your Thermomix, just 3 ingredients, and you can have a perfect pina colada here, okay? So now we're going to make mojito. Mojito is one of my favorite drinks, virgin mojito. It's very refreshing with mint and soda water, okay? So now we're just going to go out again to the same folder I've created just now. Zoom. Okay, mojito. Okay, we'll start cooking. Yes. Okay, so it's okay. This recipe is in imperial measurement, but it's okay because your machine, your Thermomix, the weighing scale automatically adjusts whether it's imperial or metric system. Okay, so now it says to put 2 ounces of sugar. There, I have about 2 ounces here. Next, okay, put the cover back. Okay. And for 10 seconds, I'm just going to grind that sugar so that it becomes like icing sugar. Okay. All right. Okay. Press next. Now add 10 to 14 ounces of ice cube, but before that, let me show you what happened to the sugar. It became icing sugar. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just going to scrape the side. So you may wonder how come suddenly I have a second mixing bowl at the back. I actually have 2 Thermomix on my island right now. So I have one here and one at the back here. So if you think that Thermomix is too big for your house, I'm staying in a 1,900 square feet condo, and I have 2 Thermomix. Okay. The difference is I don't have steamer, I don't have kettle, I don't have sous vide machine on my counter. So it actually takes a small space in your kitchen. Okay, now I'm going to put ice. This has been pre-measured as well. Okay. Next, put the cover back. For 15 seconds, turn speed to speed 5. Okay, so now it asks to put 2 limes, spotted, skin, and seed removed. Okay. Wow, look at the crushed ice. I'll show that to you first. Okay, strip it down. And then we're going to put the limes in. Oh, sorry, I'm going to put lime juice instead. Okay, so it says to put the 2 limes spotted, or you can put 3 ounce of lime juice. I'm going to put the lime juice in. Okay, 3 ounce. Press next. 3 sprigs of mint. I like mine with a little bit more mint, so I have quite a bit here. I'm just going to put everything in. Next, okay, insert the cover, press next. For 5 seconds, then speed to speed 5 again. Okay, and then it asks to put rum in. Again, I'm doing virgin version of the drink, so no alcohol. And then it's basically asked to mix the rum in, but we're going to skip that because we didn't put it in. Okay, so now you just pour the mixture into your glass halfway and put soda water on top. Okay, so it is done. So it looks like crushed ice mint drink in there. I'm just going to put it in the glass. Smells really good. So fresh. So I'm going to sit down with my husband after this. Because of the Zoom demo, we've locked the kids up in the room. So we're just going to take advantage of that and have a good drink after this demo. Okay. And then okay, so I poured a bit, okay, about halfway. And then I'll just pour the soda water in. And there you go. Okay, look at that, so pretty. So you can just take a chopsticks to just stir it if you want. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, so your 25 ringgit drink is ready, both of them. Okay, look at that. So that's it. It's very easy. 3 ingredients each and ice, and you're done. So you don't have to pay so much to get mocktails like this. Amazing, right? Okay, so you saw how I've blended the ice and the pineapple all together. It's so easy and effortless. For normal blenders, you would be scared to put ice in there. It will just damage the blender, but we have very powerful machine here, okay? So so you can do that together with your coffee bean, and everything will turn out very fine. Rock sugar as well. Okay, amazing. Okay, so we've seen 4 different recipes today, 5 actually, if you include the 2 drinks. So you could see that there are various benefits of owning a Thermomix. It's quick and easy, like how you saw me doing the 2 drinks just now. Everyone can cook because we have 70,000 recipes on Cookie Do. It literally tells you step by step what to do. You can never go wrong, okay? It's healthy. Ezrin talked about the low temperature cooking using your olive oil, and Olivia talked about the low GI rice, you know, where the starch just comes down to the water. And then we have auto cooking, auto washing. So we have the sous vide mode, we have the fermentation modes and the auto cooking, and then we have auto washing as well. Okay, some of you asked if we could show how to do auto washing. Maybe one of the other hosts can show it. So basically, to let your Thermomix wash on its own, you just fill up the mixing bowl with half water, and then a squirt of sunlight or any dishwasher liquid, and then you just choose the pre-wash mode. Okay, so then it's done. You don't have to wash it. Okay, and it's also space saving with over 20 appliances in one. Like I mentioned, I have 2 here. It replaces all your big, humongous steaming machine, kettles, and so forth. So you just have 1 machine or 2 machines at home, and that's enough. And goodbye to cooking fumes. You don't have to smell like your curry or your sambal and so forth, okay? So these are all the benefits of Thermomix, and you would totally enjoy it once you have it, okay? So you should own your Thermomix today. We have various payment plans like Olivia mentioned. If you choose a full payment option, 6988, you get a choice of choosing 1 out of 3 cookbooks if you choose the full payment options. But we also have various installment plans with credit card or debit card. But with debit card, you would need to put deposit of 2,988, and the balance 4,000 ringgit will be converted into installment plans. And they're all 0% installment plans. So whether you pay full payment or installment, the total amount is still the same, okay? And this weekend is our final weekend for this special promotion that we have. If you host with your purchase, you'll be entitled to get the Tasty Asia cookbook. This is one of our most famous cookbooks. It has very good recipes inside. You see how I've labeled all the recipes that I've made and want to make also. Okay, so many different recipes inside. Okay, so get this, and the all-time favorite among all Thermomix users is our thermomat or baking mat. This is everyone's favorite. So before this, only advisors get this for free. Okay, and whenever advisors like myself, we go for home demos, everyone who attend will ask, how can we get this for free? How can we get this for free? So since I've joined Thermomix over a year ago, we have never given this out for free to our customers. So this promotion will end tomorrow. So make sure you put in your order so that you can get this and the Tasty Cookbook, Tasty Asia Cookbook for free. Okay, it's amazing. You have all the measurement, the temperature, everything in it. And the awesome part of this is it can become your baking sheet as well. So you can actually put this on your baking tray and put it in the oven up to 240 degrees. So you don't have to purchase, you don't have to waste money on baking paper. Okay, just use this. Okay, so get this promotion quickly. It's going to end tomorrow. Contact your advisors who have invited you and place the order now, because with MCO, our demand has increased by more than 50%. It's crazy. So stock is running low. So do put in your order quickly, okay? All right. And then with your 6988 purchase, these are all the things that you get, okay? You will get 2 years warranty, and then you will also get free delivery. You will get assistance from your advisor 24/7. And usually during non-MCO period, the advisor will come and do free unboxing service with you. But because of MCO, we can do it virtually. So just ask your advisors how to do that. we also have a special video that we send to you to help you with unboxing as well. Okay, so we also have online recipe community. So besides Cookie Do, which is our 70,000 recipe platform, we also have a local recipe community online where you can access and get local recipes that has been contributed by Thermomix advisors and users like you and I. Okay, so all this comes with your Thermomix package and with all the accessories that Olivia mentioned. It also comes with Cookie Do subscription of 6 months. Okay, and you also get another cookbook with your package, which is the basic cookbook. This is very, very good. You know, besides having all the recipes inside, sorry, was there a question? Okay, never mind. So besides having the recipes inside, it also has a lot of tips in terms of cooking with Thermomix, like if you want to cook manually. So this has all the guidance on how you should cook manually. And then you can also have things like how to make the perfect cake, you know, all the tips in there. So it's a very beautifully written book. I love it very much. And at the back, it also has guidance on how to do chopping functions and steaming functions manually if you do not want to choose auto cooking modes. Okay, so this comes with your Thermomix package as well. Okay, so do put in your order, get all of this for free. Okay. So if you have already owned a Thermomix and you want to maybe own a second Thermomix for free, like how I have a second Thermomix for free, Ezrin and Olivia, do reach out to your advisors and ask about our advisor program. And you could also have another one for free because you and I know how wonderful the Thermomix is, and you would definitely want to, because like, you know how you have 2 stoves, having 2 Thermomix is awesome. Okay, all right. And then okay, so if you want to invite people that you know would benefit from Thermomix, who would love to explore Thermomix further, you can always invite them for our next cooking show. We have every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. like today. So you know who would benefit from Thermomix. You know, probably your parents who you do not want, you want them to stay safe and not cook over fire, or you know they have certain diet restrictions and they need certain kind of probably low sugar or low fat diet recipes. So Thermomix for them as well. And probably someone who just got married who hasn't bought any appliances, just tell them to get 1 Thermomix. Invite all these people, and you could, when you invite them, you can also redeem your host gifts, which I mentioned just now. Okay, so thank you for joining us. Before I end the show, we'll just go around to the other hosts for them to show you all the beautiful dishes that they've done within the last 1 hour. Okay, so cheers. Let's go to Olivia.
Maybe we go to Nika first.
Okay, so this is the beautiful coconut butter cake. The texture is really, really nice. And it's so soft, and the taste is really, really good because I've been stuffing myself with it this past few days since I made it earlier. And this is the one in the small loaf. So it's a really nice size for family. Someone asked about the pre-clean mode earlier. So just fill water till the tip of your blade spindle in the middle. and I've squirted some dishwash. Just go to pre-clean mode and you can choose. They have settings for dough, universal, fat or caramel or browning, and you can just choose universal because I did the cake mix, and it will just automatically start cleaning it and clean it all the way to the top of your lid, okay? So that is how you use the pre-clean mode. So over to Ezrin to show her dish.
Hi everyone, I'm back. Okay, so this dish smells really good. I wish you could have it with me for lunch, but here you go. Okay, so make sure you try. If you want to get this book, you can ask from your advisor. Okay, so it's called One Pot Wonders. Happy trying, and I hope all of you will get your Thermomix today. Okay, thank you. See you again next week, and I'll pass to Olivia.
Hi everyone. So this is the delicious ABC soup which I've cooked, and I'm going to also top up some macaroni here. So you can. This is really easy, and kids love it. Quick and easy meal for lunch. So this will be my lunch today. So I hope you will try the recipe. Thank you everyone for joining us, and remember to order your Thermomix. We are running out of stock soon. Okay, take care everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye.